Today is Wednesday, February 18th, 2026, and for millions of Americans, this is the most important day of the month. If your bank account hasn't chimed with a deposit notification yet, you need to listen closely to the updated SSA schedule. According to the latest reports, today's payment cycle is specifically targeted at a very certain group of beneficiaries, those whose birthdays fall between the 11th and the 20th of any given month. If that is you, and you started receiving benefits after May 1997, your 8% increased check is officially scheduled to land today. But why is there so much confusion this morning? We are seeing reports of pending status in many major banks like Wells Fargo, Chase, and Bank of America. This is because the February 18th payment is the second major wave of the month, and it carries the full weight of the new 2026 cost of living adjustment. If you are expecting your money today and it's not there, the first thing you must check is your birth date alignment. The Social Security Administration operates on a strict Wednesday-based schedule. The first wave went out on February 11th for those born between the 1st and 10th. Today, the 18th, is for the middle group, and the final wave for February will be next Wednesday, the 25th, for those born between the 21st and 31st. Now, let's talk about the how much part of today's alert. Because of the 8% COLA that officially kicked in this year, your check today should reflect that boost. For the average retired worker, this means a jump from last year's average of $2.15 to approximately $2.71. However, if you are receiving your payment today and the number looks slightly off, perhaps smaller than you calculated, it is likely due to the Medicare Part B premium deduction. For 2026, most beneficiaries are seeing a standard deduction for Medicare that is being taken directly from this February 18th check. In this video, we are going to dive deep into the exact dollar amounts for different categories, including survivors and disabled workers, and I will explain the payment lag that is affecting certain Direct Express cardholders this morning. If your money is missing, don't panic yet. There is a specific 48-hour rule you need to know about before you call the SSA. For those receiving their deposits today, the 8% increase isn't just a flat number. It scales based on your primary insurance amount. If you are a retired worker who was receiving $800 last year, your deposit today should be roughly $850. If you are a high earner who maximized your contributions and retired at full retirement age, your check today could be as high as $900 or more, depending on your specific filing year. It is crucial to look at your net versus gross. Many of you are commenting that you don't see the full 8%. Remember, the government calculates the 8% on your gross benefit before any taxes or Medicare premiums are taken out. Let's look at survivor benefits. If you are a widow or widower receiving benefits on a deceased spouse's record and your birthday falls between the 11th and 20th, your payment is also arriving today. The average survivor benefit has climbed to approximately $1,610 in 2026. This increase is vital because, as we know, housing and heating costs in February are at their peak. For SSDI recipients in this same birth date group, your average check is now hovering around $1,630. If you are seeing a discrepancy, check to see if you have any voluntary tax withholding set up. Many people forget they signed Form W-4V, which takes a percentage out for federal taxes automatically. There is also a special group receiving money today, those who receive both Social Security and a small portion of SSI, or those who live abroad but have their payments routed through U.S. banks. The February 18th cycle is a massive logistical undertaking for the Treasury Department. We are talking about billions of dollars being moved in a single 24-hour window. If you are using a Direct Express card, be aware that their system often updates at midnight Central Time. If you don't see the funds by 8:00 a.m. your local time, the SSA recommends waiting until the following business day before reporting a missing payment. In the next section, we're going to discuss the direct deposit delay and why your specific bank might be holding your 8% COLA boost until the end of the business day. A major issue we are tracking today, February 18th, is the processing delay at certain financial institutions. While the SSA sends the files days in advance, not all banks credit the funds at the same time. If you are a customer of a smaller credit union or a regional bank, you might see your funds as pending or unavailable. This is frustrating, especially when you have bills due today. The reason for this is the increased security filters the Treasury implemented for 2026 to fight identity theft. They are cross-referencing names and social security numbers with more intensity this year, which can add a 4 to 6 hour delay in the actual clearing of the funds. For Direct Express users, the situation is even more specific. There has been an update to the mobile app in early 2026 that requires a secondary verification for some users to see their updated balance with the COLA increase. If your card is showing last month's balance, try logging out and back in, or checking the transaction history rather than the available balance. No, we have seen cases where the COLA boost is listed as a separate line item for the first few months of the year. What should you do if it's 2:00 p.m. and your money isn't there? First, do not call the SSA yet. Their official policy for the February 18th payment is that they will not even open a missing payment case until 3 business days have passed. This means you shouldn't call until Monday, February 23rd. The delay is almost always on the banking side. However, if you moved recently or changed bank accounts in January, your check may have been routed to your old account or sent as a paper check by mail. If it was sent by mail, expect a 7 to 10 day delay. In the next block, we are going to look at the March calendar shift, because the next payment cycle is going to be very different due to how the weekends fall in March 2026. As you confirm your February 18th payment today, you need to start preparing for the March calendar trap. While February followed a very standard Wednesday schedule, March 2026 is going to be trickier. For those of you who receive SSI, your March payment is actually going to arrive in February, specifically on Friday, February 27th, because March 1st falls on a Sunday. This means you will have 2 major deposits in the month of February, but nothing in the first week of March. You must budget today's money and that upcoming late February check very carefully. Also, for those in our middle group who got paid today, your next scheduled payment will be Wednesday, March 18th. That is exactly 1 month away. If you find that the 8% COLA increase isn't enough to cover your rising utility bills this month, now is the time to look into the LIHEAP, which has received additional funding for the 2026 season. Many seniors are finding that even with the extra $56 a month from Social Security, the cost of heating has outpaced their raise. Here is your February 18th checklist. Confirm your birth date is between the 11th and 20th. Verify the 8% increase is reflected in your net amount. Check your bank's pending section if the balance looks low. Update your My Social Security portal if you haven't received your 2026 COLA notice yet. The 2026 tax season is also officially underway. As you receive these February payments, make sure you are saving your SSA 1099 forms. You will need them to prove your 2025 income, and the 8% increase you are getting today will be part of your 2026 tax calculation next year. I am Gene, your federal benefits tracker. I'm staying on top of these dates so you don't have to worry. If today's update was helpful, share it with someone else who is waiting for their check today. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next alert.